And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Super vampire. That's just a kind of, I don't know, I get a kick out of the name of this. But apparently these are vampires who can fly around. They are so good that they can collect garlic. Get rid of the garlic. Get it off the vampire tower. This is a dexterity speed game for kids. Now, before you click next on the video, it's not quite what you think. It's the speed. Just watch the video. Now you're going to set the board up by basically placing this grid here on top of some towers. You put these towers together and the towers kind of sit and lock into the board, and then this grid can go on, and there's two different ways the grid can go. So you can place it on the other side. There's different colored garlics on it, and there's actually another one that you can put on instead. So it doesn't matter. Once it goes, it settles into the tower. Then each player is going to put their piece. It's going to start on their tower. One person is going to go first. That person takes the vampire finger and puts it on their finger. So now I have this little vampire. It almost looks like a kind of a thimble type object. They're going to give these black dice to the other players. These dice show a sun on one side, and this board is placed where other players can get to it. And so what the other players are going to do, one person and the other players is going to say Super Vampire start, and they're just going to keep rolling the dice and rolling the dice. And as soon as they get a sun, they're going to put the sun in the first slot here. And then the next person will start rolling their dice, and you keep going until there are 6 suns in the slots. That is a timer of sorts for the player. So the other players, they're going to have to do this at least 6 times. So he should have some time, although, I mean, I guess they could get lucky and he would have a shorter amount of time. So they're going to be rolling dice as fast as they can. While they are doing it, let's say I'm the yellow player, I will roll this die. This says blue. I need to get to the blue garlic clove here. And so I do that by pushing it with the vampire finger. Now you can't do this sort of nonsense by putting it on top. You actually have to push it, but you know, everyone else is rolling the dice, so you have time. So I'm pushing, and once I cover up that clove, I put a clove on top, a little clove token on top of my vampire. I can now try to take that back home where I can deposit it, or I can roll the die again. So let's say it's black. Now if I had rolled another blue, I would have got another one. But black is over here. All right, fine. So here I'm trying really hard not to fall off. And of course you realize I would be doing this under pressure. Now I got 2 garlics. I think that's enough. Let's go home with these. And I'm getting much better at this. Once you're home, you can deposit the garlics into your tower, and then you roll a die and go again. Green. And so I'm going to go to green. All right, so you can see that if you move slowly, you can stay on. But if you move quickly, your vampire token is going to fall off. All right, so when you're falling off, you got to start again from the starting space. And if you've collected any garlic cloves, then you have to go back to you have to put them back. You don't get to keep them. This will happen until all the garlic cloves in the game are gone. Each player gets a turn. The other players are rolling dice on their turn. When these are all gone, you simply just open up each tower and see who has the most garlic cloves. That person is the winner of the game. My kids really enjoyed this one, and I did too. This was a fun type thing because it keeps you engaged the whole time. One player is the one getting to move things around, but everyone else is rolling the dice, and you're rolling the other die as fast as you can. Roll, 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 roll. I mean, let's see here. To get 6 stars, let's see how long it takes. So I roll this, I roll this, I roll it, still no star. Where is the star? Give me a star. There's a star, 1 star. And I roll it, and I roll it, and I roll it, and I roll it, and I roll it. Another star. Now I'm not going to do all 6, but that's kind of how that works. So the other person's like, and they hear people saying that, okay, because you hear the excitement. Everyone else is going, okay, oh, I got to start. Go, 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 go. And everybody's like, I got to start. And you're like, ah. And then there's a little bit of push your luck. Do I go get one more clove of garlic, sorry. Or do I go back? Now for me, I'm like, I'll go get more. I don't care. Of course, I never win. Of course, push your luck with dexterity. Bad combo for me. But I do like the fact that there are 4 of these boards. Well, there's 2 shapes, okay? I actually think this shape, the one I showed you in the example, is easier than this one. This one has, I don't know, for some reason this one felt harder. I think that's because when you're making the curves on this one, they're 45-degree angles as opposed to 90-degree angles. But each one of these is double-sided. It just puts the garlics in different spots. Not a big deal. It's a 3-dimensional game, so kids will like that. And it's, you know, a game that kids will have fun watching, and it doesn't take long either. Everyone gets their chance to shine, even if you're really bad. Like in a dexterity game, you like pull the block out in Jenga, the whole tower falls. Wah, wah. Well, here, I mean, you can knock it off. That's fine. Start again and keep going. So I like this. It's a kind of like a simultaneous play for everybody. Everybody's involved on every turn. You get to go around. There's a little bit of push your luck. It teaches kids, you know, the idea of push your luck, but also skills and dexterity and speed. And it all comes together in a pretty solid kids game. I'm very impressed with this one. It's still kind of a weird name, but I like the family fun of it. That's Super Vampire. Dice Tower Judgment approved.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.